Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan with Growth Stimulus Training TV. I'm coming back today with another question that revolves around dieting changes, and when you should make those changes to your diet. One of the major mistakes that people commonly make is they adjust their diet too soon. They adjust their diet based on a daily change in their weight, or they adjust their diet on even a weekly change in their weight, and really they're making a mistake when they do that. When it actually comes down to it, the body really has a tendency to lose weight for a certain time frame, and then the body will stall for a certain time frame. Typically the body can stall for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, where you're going to see very little change on the actual scale or in the mirror. What I'm talking about here, this stalling process, is a fact, and you're going to see people talking about this all over forums, all over gyms across the world. They're going to go through a phase where they see great results and they're making big changes on the scale. Weight's coming off steadily every week, but then all of a sudden they're going to come to a point where they hit a stall. Now the typical person who's not really well versed in nutrition but just following a set plan, they're going to feel that all of a sudden, okay, this plan is not working anymore. I was doing well, all of a sudden I stalled for a few days, some people tend to think, or even a week, and they view that stalling period as a signal that the diet is no longer working for them. Unfortunately for them, what they'll typically do is they'll immediately either increase their calories if they're trying to gain weight, or they'll immediately decrease their calories if they're trying to lose weight on their diet. The big fact that these people don't understand, and the reason that they make this common mistake of quickly adjusting their diets, is they don't understand that the body tends to go through these periods of plateauing and then all of a sudden progressing. So when they're going through this natural plateau period, they get worried, they feel like they're in trouble, and they feel like they have to do something, they have to make an immediate adjustment. And this is where they prematurely adjust their diet, and that actually brings on problems in the future for them. The reason that it brings on problems in the future is because they've prematurely adjusted their diet. Now they're at a level that's either too high or too low for them, and it's not giving them optimal results as they progress through their plan. One of the big reasons that they don't see optimal results from that point on is because they've made an unnecessary adjustment, and now their calories are too high or too low, so they're not necessarily at their optimal level anymore. And they did this out of panic, which is something that you want to try to avoid as much as possible. So how are you going to avoid this? You're going to avoid this by not prematurely adjusting your diet. Give yourself at least 2 to 3 weeks of stalling before you actually make the adjustments, before you adjust your calories up or your calories down if you're cutting. Now the reason that you want to give yourself a good 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks, is because the body naturally stalls, and that's what I talked about earlier in this video. And if you give yourself that time, a lot of times around the 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th week, you're going to notice that even though you didn't change anything with your diet, you're going to start progressing again. And ideally, if you're cutting, you want to be able to eat as much food as possible while making progress. So by not prematurely adjusting your diet and just riding out that stall, all of a sudden seeing more progress again, you're still on track, you're still eating as much food as possible while still seeing results. Now also on the other hand, when it comes to bulking, you want to be eating as little food as possible while still making progress on the scale in terms of weight gain or lean mass gain. So what this video boils down to is a recommendation to let your stalling plateau last for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks before you make adjustments to your diet. Consider this. This is powerful advice that can save you time and effort. It will make your dieting experience more efficient, and obviously efficiency, saving time, and giving you the best results is what it's really all about. So take this advice to heart. The next time you stall, understand that the body stalls naturally, and chances are you're going to continue your progress once you pass that 2, 3, or 4 week mark. This has been another episode of Your Question, My Answer. I appreciate the questions that I get, and I love taking the time to answer them. So keep them coming. I appreciate your support, and thanks again.